I don't know who wins best beard here, but it's not me.
It's me. All
right, John, you're all set.
Welcome everyone to the 2020 City of Boston Mayor's Poetry Program reading of this year's selections. This display of poems at Boston City Hall, and I will let you all know where your poem is and when that happens. The Mayor's Poetry Program was started in 2005 to honor the great literary tradition strong and vital in our city. The poets and poems are a prime example of the talent that exists today in our various neighborhoods. The poems chosen show great insight into a city that prides itself on diversity, hard work, and education. As Boston's Poet Laureate, Portia has exemplified those ideals. Our 2020 poetry reading is Boston's own Poet Laureate, Portia Yewola.
Woo! Screaming in my head, woo! That's all the thought of the audience. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. How are you all? My name is Portia Olayiwola. I am a poet, writer, reader, educator, organizer, and a chef, I think, but these are some of the things that I engage in and things I enjoy doing. I really have been spending my time during this particular time that we are all living through and witnessing and experiencing. And I'm really excited to be here with you all virtually as we continue to think about and shape the future, right? Which brings me to even the topic and the discussion of where we're at. And so I like to think that I am a futurist, right? Like that I engage the future about it, which also means that I am passionately and actively engaging the past at the same time. And I'm always interested about what we can learn to shape where we're going and what that looks like, which is why I chose this topic, futurism. Having not known about this pandemic and the quarantine and et cetera and so forth. So I think it's just really fitting for me to enjoy and just the graciousness to one, read through everybody's poems, to witness people's poems. I feel like I learned so much. I feel like, the poems either engage futurism in content or in the form, the technique, the ways in which people are thinking about the craft, the ways in which people are thinking about the world. So I think it's so nice to get to hear that and so imperative to get to hear that. And I'm so excited. I feel like I'm chatting on and on about my own little but these poems are amazing is what I'm trying to say. And I think they're interesting and different and in conversation with each other. So glad for y'all to join us. Hope folks are tuning in at home and also ready for this. I'm going to use all of the poets. I'll probably read one poem at the end. And then we're going to get into this. If folks like something that they hear, I'm going to ask that you maybe go show love to the poet, throw something in the chat. If you hear a fire line you like, write it down. Just make some virtual noise. And congratulations to them. So I talk too much. That's what I tell everybody all the time, and that's what's happening here. Nobody to stop me because everybody's mic is on mute. Okay, I'm almost done. But for poets, as a reminder, the order is in the chat. And I'm going to call up two folks at once, and you go back to back. So free to poem, say where you're from or where you're reading from, and anything else. Yeah, that's cool. Thumbs up. Boom. Thank y'all. Okay, cool. So on deck, coming up second is Don Pappas. But coming up first, everybody show some love for Kai de Jesus. Thank y'all.
Thank you. I'm a student, an organizer, poet. Not really sure, right? I'm also a brown queer trans woman who moved because I was fleeing like physical danger in my town for being like an open activist and being really who I was and about my identities. And so I think for me, I was especially moved by this idea of futurism because I'm thinking about the future that whether it's working in prison abolition as like a member of Harvard prison divestment, or if it's working on just being publicly and unapologetically who I am, a society that doesn't want me to be that person. I'm really interested in the idea of revolution. And so segueing, my poem is Kai Said, A Transformation. And it's a blackout poem written from the Harvard Crimson article that was published about my experience at Straight Pride and how the police riot affected me. I'll show. Hold on. Okay. Can you guys see it? So that's just a glimpse. I think it's worth seeing the structure a little bit. And I think it's also important that I reveal that the reason why I chose a blackout poem is I think it's important for us to really grapple with whose voices are heard, especially in something like poetry. So without further ado, my poem, Kai said. Kai said, I wanted people like me to be safe. Police handling, not protect, fought against emergency. Nervous, intimidated, explaining her experiences, explaining her experiences, admitting trauma. Thank you. Oh, and yeah, anywhere. I'm Angry Brown Dyke on Instagram and Twitter because we're reclaiming words here.
Hi, my name is John. I'm from Brighton, Massachusetts. My poem centers around acts of imagination and the cognitive processes that wed the tangible now to the intangible, sometimes unimaginable future. It's called Now Then. What to silence? What is blankness bound? Held in abeyance, but held still, held still. What makes mind material? Stitched to itself, a net, a nest, with and again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Both of those poems. Way to like put the pressure on right at the beginning. Like, gosh, thank y'all so much. I like forget that I'm hosting and I'm like mostly in the chat, like, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, I have to unmute the mic. So, thank y'all. Okay. So as a reminder, accepted, couldn't make it, Jake Tringali. So we're gonna hear first from Shirley A. Jones Luke, and we're going to hear afterwards from Henrietta Hyde. Love, show some virtual love for Shirley A. Jones Luke.
Thank you, Portia. Thank you, John, for this wonderful opportunity to share my work. As Portia said, that's not me. That's not me. Everybody can still see me? Okay. All right. So I don't know who this lady is that popped up. But anyway, thank you for this wonderful opportunity to present my work. Thank two of my poems for the mayor's poetry project. I am just beyond words that this is happening, and the presence of so many fellow artists and creatives and poets. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, without I will get into my first poem, which is entitled Balance. Balance. Harmony between man and nature, flesh and metal. Our lives are digitized, interconnected by hyperloops. We blink and we're floating in time. Yesterday is an old photograph. Today is a selfie. Tomorrow, holograms. The sidewalks move with their own urgency. Time is inconsequential. Is a lesson, the present, and action for our future. Is balance. The second poem, Afrogenesis. Afrogenesis, future in transformation, creating brown constellations, our bodies, ourselves, in the stars, Earth, we have outgrown. Entities, there are no boundaries. We travel where we please, driven by space, where there is no resistance to our existence. And what we, our past shaped our identity as our light shines in the outer edges of the universe. So that was Balance and Afrogenesis. So again, my name is Shirley Jones. Thank you for that virtual applause. I appreciate that. So again, my name is Shirley Jones Luke. I'm a poet, educator, activist, woman. All versions of us matter. So there you go. And definitely lives matter. So there you go. Woo woo! Black lives in Boston. Black lives, trans lives, all lives, bi lives, heterosexual, genovative lives, future. I know I'm messing. Just saying. For those, there are people out there that don't care about certain lives. As that first poet, what was it, Kai? Kai, his stuff was fire, and it made me think based off of that, because all variations of lives matter. And so, if you want to hit me up, I'm on Instagram, Luke. I'm on Facebook under Shirley Jones Luke, and I'm also on TikTok. So all my TikTokers out there, hey, all my TikTokers out there, follow me. I'm the TikTok creative on TikTok. So check me out. So I'm done talking. Let's bring up.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Henrietta Hodge. Everyone, a lot of people know me as Queen. I come from Roxbury. Right now, I live in Jamaica Plain. I'm so happy to and excited to be reading today. Thank you, Portia. Thank you, John. I submitted 3 poems, and this one was selected. For this poem came from a dear friend of mine, Maggie Devine Sullivan, who we were bouncing ideas around, and this one resonated. The name of the poem is called Beantown to Greentown. Greentown, a new kind of forward thinking, energy consciousness, reducing the carbon footprint, thinking clean, Boston's gone green. Without Mother Nature, our future's not worth a hill of beans. Harnessing climate-friendly renewables, solar, hydroelectric, heating businesses, homes, illuminating the city's streetlights, powering appliance gadgets and cars, recycling, composting, limiting plastics, the hub of environmental initiatives, working toward carbon neutrality. Our city on the hill and Mother Nature are on the same team. Beantown, lost its being. It's thinking clean and gone green. Thank you.
Wow, thank y'all both so much. I love both of these takes. I love the energy. I love this chat that's lighting up. How y'all doing out there? You can do a thumbs up. Sometimes I like to do a fist of 5, you know, if you're like 0, I'm not that good. 5 is like I'm great, or I'm somewhere in between. Maybe we can do that later on. Okay, I see some 5s out there. Always striving to be a 5. I feel good. This is a good way to start my week. It's Monday. I've been, but I find that Mondays are definitely the best days for me. So it's nice to have this Monday and, you know, have it with these poems. So, on deck is Asia Herrera. But coming up first is Zoe Kadebayoko. I don't know if I said that right. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but show some love, show some love, show some love for Zoe, y'all. Hi, so my name is Zoe Kadebayoko. It's okay. I'm reading from Massachusetts, but I'm from Accra, Ghana. And the poem I'm going to read is actually, I wrote it while I was in grad school at Emerson, actually, while I was gathering information and researching for a novel that I was working on for my thesis that was thinking about voodoo as it's practiced in Ghana and Benin and Haiti and Louisiana, and doing a ton of research because I wanted to be respectful. I'm not a ritual practice. It's something that's very misunderstood and very much maligned, and I didn't want to just kind of not do it justice. And so I did a lot of around and my process basically. The poem is called Benediction of Madonna. As we down on altar in Jeremy and falls into Dorchester. Blue chiffon and bluer water solidify into metal, ice and stinging to the thigh. She used matchboxes. Photographs pressed between of an address book with phone like luxury car tires tapping on the bus window. She has herself from linen head and now is pinched in tight brown coats, missing the top button. She fidgeted away. Ankles and bare some feet tend to dry ankles dusted with grey and jutting out of black bedroom slippers. Dry down. Protesting when she tries to rise up. She has teeth cracking to splinters far back in her jaw. The dagger in her heart a muscle with each hacking. She runs her fingers of battle over tender skin and a la Louisiane, Awida, at earth's place never again. Won't come with tongue undone. As Lidanto, patron of the sensual and the toujours encore, que la déesse te bénisse.
Um, Hi, my name is Asia Herrera. I'm 18 years old, and the poem I will be reading today is called I Am Born was a poem that I wrote this year around this time. And I feel like but thinking about the theme, this poem is sort of about the past and how the past shapes the future. My past shapes my future. So I am born. I was born far from the fields of South Carolina, on the coast of Columbia. I am born in Massachusetts. I am born as the world hate. Born after the towers. I am born, but the stories of slavery, the stories of tropical coasts, run like rivers through my veins. I am born on the land born.
Wow, thank you. That was a whole vibe, Asia. Thank you so much. Love that ending line, and thank you, Zoe. So fire. That title. Are we not ready? I have to go visit that poem again. Okay. So, folks on deck is Sasha Lucas. But coming up first is Sarah Snyder. Show some love for Sarah and Sasha, y'all.
Hello, my name is Sarah. I just want to start by saying that I'm so thankful to be here and be a part of the program. It really is living up these days. I don't know about how y'all are feeling, but it was just so exciting. The poem that I'm going to be reading, well, first, a little bit about me. I'm a junior and I'm the captain of my school's slam team and club. And this poem, the poem I wrote a little while ago called I Bet You'll Judge Me Too. And considering the theme, I think it's about respect and how a lack thereof of respect may change a person for the better or for the worse, and how them in the long run. Okay. You'll judge me too. My bones are sticks and my flesh is butterflies. As if orchids are teared up, bones to kindling. After so many people have yes. Yes?
No, you were going in and out. Will you take it from the top one more time?
Yes. Is it better now?
Keep talking.
Okay. Yeah, I bet you'll judge me. My bones are sticks, my flesh is butterflies. My mother taught me growing up to treat people as if rooted in your veins, as if orchids spread out from your trachea, as if lilies poured from your tear ducts. Say it like it is, because after so have muddled their words with gasoline, thrown them into the hellfires, turning to ash and bone spilling. After so people have disrespected you, you're allowed to please. My bones are sticks and my flesh is butterflies, bending and bound under bright lights and wired. My bones are frayed, bark curling out underneath my fingertips, the orchids pouring out my trachea are in need of water. My sticks and my flesh butterflies. I'm too emotional, they say. I ask for too much, say, and so I wear their encrusted necklace, tilt my head too far, and my neck is ornamented with pearls of scar to try again. I am tired, worn again, since I'm only a breath of nature. Let the flowers consume me. Let the butterflies disperse into an aura around me. Bring the sticks to the wood, turn my bones to dust. Let the orchids up my lungs weave through my aorta and crack open my eyes. Let the lilies tangle as plunge into my and lurch through my brain. Daisies override my blood flow, petal after streaming through my veins. Let them burst and flow from every point of my past being. I'm tired. Let me start again. Thank you. I hope it was.
Hello, my name is Sasha Lucas. I'm very honored to be here. I've been a visual artist most of my life. Just a poet for probably the last 10 years when I joined the Hyde Park Poets. So anyway, my poem is titled Future Town. We admire technology and speed, triumphant when humanity excelled over. In science, we glory and published manifestos away all doubt. We broke apart in color and magnetic field, revered them to service our needs. Intuition needed sympathy and emotion. Lines of force convey of direction, simultaneity, the events yet come. And a flight and a change in perspective constitute reality, an aerial fantasy, a fairy tale, a city, fast-paced machine.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Thank y'all so much. Yes to this intergenerational reading. Like, wow, I feel so there are like so many different folks of varying identities here. Thank y'all so much. Boston and Boston's future, right? Thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming and being y'all selves, to y'all authentic self. That feels good and refreshing, because we alone in the house. So just be yourselves. You don't show up. Thank you guys. So we're going to hear from two folks on deck. Carla Schwartz, but reading is Tony Artuso. Show some love for Tony, y'all.
Thank you, Portia. Thank you, John. I'm coming to you from Melrose. My office in the church has been closed for about 6 weeks. Hopefully it'll be okay soon. Titled Breastfeeding on Boston. She sits on a shaded bench, cape draped over her shoulder, to shield the sensibilities of any who might have light as ancient as the first furred beast. She puts forth her right hand of her smartphone with her thumb updating her status, suckling Sam. What does Sam see? Pictures silvered by a screen as familiar, friendly light from the flames of a fire in the back of a cozy cave. Expression when deaf to distract her squirming toddler in a waiting room, she hands Sam her device so clumsy fingers dance rewind of the newest mammal. Thank you.
Wow. Hi, everybody. This is Words, and if you wanted to follow me on social media, I am CB99 videos, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. CB like Charlie Brown, 99 like the number, and videos plural. The poem I'm going to actually a kind of drastic poem. So inspired by some art, a work of art, and also inspired. And so I'm going to show you first, and then I'll come back to me. Pictures, and I'm going to show you first a picture. Share. Sculpture itself, and then I'm going to show you a picture of the description of the sculpture, and the last sentence in that description is creativity, adversity generages resilience. And that's what inspired this poem, that typo and itself. And so here I am going to read you the poem. Are these examples of generation of resilience? I have an epigraph, which is the quote that I just read you from Craig's Sculpture, Natural Consequence. We hang our sheets to dry without a dryer. If we live dry, not drinking, no sheet, might we live there? When I saw the cedars planted by my neighbors, I wanted to cry, but turned the bittersweet. How red my golden raspberries, my lilac, how long before they're starved? But look now, berry dressed summer in lacy flowers. My father has everything under control. Poivy entwines the peach tree my mother planted from seed. He's told not chemo, but instead drinks his coffee before sitting behind the wheel. In winter, he bets on gravity, that one clears a lane of his drive. His mind agile, he stays up late Saturday nights, trying to crack Sunday. Clip line, the sheets like dance at the sky, but don't fly away. Blow, blow, but keep on anchor, that we might keep tucked in. And that Carla Schwartz videos. Thank you very much. And I will unmute.
Thank you so much. I've been playing at Preston, so that was nice. So lovely. It's awesome reading it and not knowing that, originally. And Tony, I love that suspension of time of living in the past or future. It's really interesting to me. So, thank you. We're more than halfway through. Moving way faster than I thought. But maybe because people are not getting up and going to a mic or, chatting it up with their neighbor, maybe I missed all of those things. These two poets, how do I say this? I don't know. It's funny because I had the chance to learn from them both in the last 1 or 2 years. I think they're both incredible writers. And yeah, I don't know. I like, it's like if they send me the word, thank you. This is a gift for me to sit and read it. So, folks, on deck is El Goodrich. On deck is coming up first is Rolando Lopez Torres. Please show some love, you guys, for Rolando.
Hi, everybody. It's great to see all of you. I'm Thank you so much, Portia, for the opportunity, and to the Mayor's Office of Culture and Arts. I'm originally from San Juan, Puerto Rico. I currently live in Dorchester, and I love it. I work at Stepping Stone with Shirley, who's also here. We just realized that there's 2 Stepping Stone employees in the same thing. Virtually at New Roots Church. When we're there live, I also play piano for the church. And this poem, and you can color no contrast on Instagram. This poem is dedicated to a local Boston artist. Her name is Shija. Runs the sort of bi-monthly sessions or seasonal sessions called the Black Cotton Club. And part of what inspired me to write it is those arts as a kind of category. For me, they kind of combine the beauty of the best of Saturday night with the best of Sunday morning, right? Party atmosphere with that church feeling. And so I was thinking about what that means for the future, right? What it means to create that space of solidarity for the future. And I wrote this called Wealth, a Parable. From the African Blackwood Conservation Project. Blackwood tree is a member of the rosewood family. Genus Dalbergia, species Melanoxylon. First, the dark color of its heart, and it has numerous African names: Gembe, Boyi, Ndisi, Kadamo, Kinti, and Masohanda. Year 31. The once have now become a so quiet network of roads. No words for school, museum, bathroom sign. All places are wealthy gardens that money no longer exists. And us, who survived, had learned how to fly with sky had no kings, no borders, no prisons, and trees had taken all back, taking root in all seas, migrated to each other's continental heartlands. It was an invasion. And thus wandered the centuries in flight, waiting for something to happen. Once a church. Then she was abandoned. She's wealthy. Come moontime, she gathers all dispersed others carved in her as being birds of pluricentric pigmentations, us who rest in her white flower like Tembandumba de la Kimbamba with black majesty to feel her new kind of nostalgia. Love for a world we've yet to get to see, rooted in the stars, an aqua between our hips exists for frote blessed with airborne seeds. Us we feel last place. Everyone a culture, everyone a city. Bested, deceived, reborn, moontime come into found birds. The wealthiest of all possible worlds.
Hi guys, my name is Rich. I'm a high school student in Boston. I live in Hyde Park. Also, my mom, she's also a winner, and so we're kind of here, and that's what's going on. My poem is called "In the Hub of the In the streets, like an in sky, eyes throttled their systems onward. Years stop a beast Boston. Spit stained sidewalk and down to A minor. The train beats in 3/4 regular with a lighter weight. Universities become monuments. In the still air, I just hope it, when we count the money bend on tests and math. It doesn't matter now. We walked, found the chamber. We claimed the leather seats like the people made them. Repaper the walls. Exterior design is that essential in some artists carefully in graffiti. The Amtrak ties Washington station. The sharp is sharp in the ground. Trout in the careful gleam of disinfectant. The announcement screen is big, in full, like a sign. Open in blank. This is its stadium. Why did we build so many stores for a train station? Standing 6 feet apart in the lines should not be so silent. The voice of the city has caught a cold. Ragged words hum, strained. Where separation feels like engaged eternal to the breath. Boston, you spread out into the infinite. More often now. Tried to argue that cleared the air like a wealthy Harry. But such disrespect is not acceptable in the aftermath. The flat roofs, metal, easy lean. Observe the thing of the Milky Way. Was she always here, clutching Boston through this invisible patient? Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you all both. My God. Thank you guys for like contributing to community in different ways. And that poem, both of those poems are so just like sit with those, live with those, hear those and then again. And it's just too much to watch you two next to each other. Like, I can't. Okay. So we only got 4 more folks. It's like we're just moving super fast. I'm gonna call them up immediately. I love both of these poems. It's so weird, y'all's poems like 5 times. I did it, but maybe not sure. I definitely read it like at least twice. I know what each of these poems is about, and I can remember my visceral reaction in reading them, and I'm so excited for everybody else to hear them. But on deck is Neil Horsky. But coming up first is Elisa Crawley. Show some love for Elisa, y'all.
Hi everyone, I'm reading to you from West Roxbury. I immigrated to Boston when I was 3 from Northern Ireland, and I'm a teacher. So my poem is called My Eating Disorder Saves the Apocalypse, and with the theme of Boston Futurism, I tried to imagine a sort of personal experience during the end times. Here we go. Saves me in the apocalypse. My street is as haunting as a port, vast, blanched, shivering, with silver indulge. Listen, my survival kit. These thighs radiate like cloth and sweat, clean. This brain and rationing hates everything I can. A black bean in the cupboard. Windowsill. My ghosts are vague. I forget their names. They come at mealtimes, portioning grains of rice, dropping whispers. I am learning. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Neil Horsky. I'm an artist, educator, musician, writer in Boston, and I live in Roxbury. And this poem today it's a concrete poem, so it's more of an image than intended to be read aloud. but I came up with my own interpretation of how to read it. It's basically it's for everyone to read in their own way. I can give a little bit of background. Basically, a few years back, this poem has been exhibited, or well, it's had a fourth. This will be the fourth public appearance. So it was created for this event at the Jackson Homestead, which is where the Newton Society is located. It's an old farmhouse, and it was a stop on the Underground Railroad. And it was for an exhibition, sustainability. It was environmental sculptures, and the idea was that there was all these environmental sculptures on the grounds that to environmentalism and sustainability, and then there were the poets who were supposed to interpret these sculptures, and then they would like kind of read their poem alongside the sculpture. And there to the museum, I guess I was more intrigued with the exhibit about the Underground Railroad than I was the any sculptures. So I just took a picture of the map of the Underground Railroad and then ended up altering it to create this poem. And I kind of tied it into the sustainability theme in the same way that I've tied it into the Futurism theme, which is that it's about escape routes, and that we kind of need to, in our own individual ways and collectively, sort of chart our own escape routes. So the poem is like, it's reductive using the text that's on the map already. So it's totally interpretive. It's kind of like poetry. It's pretty indirect. Like the name of it is Unaway Lave, which is like not, those aren't even words, you know, but they all mean something. Like to me, kind of has to do with, well, it's not, if it's not away, then it's near, or if it's the opposite or the antithesis of being away, then it's kind of like within or something. So here or within, and then lave to me related to like in Latin or like Spanish, right? Lavar, like to wash. So it's like some, you know, depth conjugation of like washing or cleansing. So then it has to do with like inner cleansing or, you know, washing from within or something like that. So that's like the kind of the level of like out there interpretation that pretty much the entire poem is like that. So I don't know. Good luck understanding it. I'm going to put it on the screen though. I think that'll help. Yeah. Is it like around? I'll put it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this. Oh. I mean, we can see this poem. I don't know. I can't hear anyone, so I'll just start reading it. Scape of unaway lave, rough we land to can, round out ales under roads, co-net cut, mass use, ode to can, free error, have id, rain art, ring wet, go, have id rain, art, ring to her, have id, rain, art ring to red, green, rattle or send. Have id rain art, ring to red green rattle, or to can, free error. Connect hive, or an antic. We price Mr. Byrne, to can, free error. Or we price Mr. Byrne to can, free error. Or we own itch, Byrne to can, free error. Or we, ma'am, ick neon boon, Ford Concord, Ohm itch, burn to can, free error. Provide a bridge, a gas. Provide a bridge we price, mister. Burn to can, free error. New fall, taunt tattle me, man. Sob stud boon. Hoard earn, cut, I am wind. We bed, fall taunt, tattle me, ma'am. Ick, neon, boon. Hoard earn cut, I am wind. Froth, e-tennis. Froth, ply out, broke thing. Boon, Ford earn, add over hill. Ply out, broke thing boon. Ford earn add over awe. Sail, ply out, broke, thing boon. Ford earn add over awe sail. Ply out, broke thing boon. Able am a ver. Boon able am a ver. Boon able, I am rye, very kin. Boon able am I, rye, berry, etc. Froth boon on land, froth boon to time vice. Bent man chest bent, co-net cut, mass use. Ode to can, free error. Round out ales under roads. Scape of unaway lave, rough we land to can. That's it.
Wow, thank you, Elisa. Thank you, Neil. I appreciate both of those pieces. How's everybody doing out there? You do a fist of five. I see a five. I see some thumbs up. Thank y'all. We're like moving through this so rapidly. We've only got 2 more folks left. I'm gonna read a poem over. Again, to maybe John, I don't know if you have anything to close us out, or maybe no. When we'll like get these up, or if you can get them online, and all of those things. So on deck is Mattia Mari, but coming first and reading first is Linda Carney Goodrich. Show some love for Linda, y'all.
Okay, I need my daughter here to help me because I'm a dinosaur from God. Although my name is Linda Carney Goodrich. I'm Park. I grew up in Dorchester. This is an amazing thing, and I'm so happy to be with the poets because the world really needs it right now. And this time has been very challenging, so it's inspiring to hear everybody's words today. It's hard for me to talk about the meaning of sort of fantastical, but I'll just say that here's my daughter next to a poet, and I know in my family there's been at least 4 poets. My Frank McDade was a poet during Prohibition. He was rumored maybe selling booze illegally as a bootlegger. He wrote about that, and my mom was a poet, and her name is in the title of the poem, so I sort of feel like, even though she was never published to my knowledge and didn't have the freedom to pursue her work the way I wish she would have, I feel like she's sort of here too, so that feels really powerful to me, and I'm trying not to cry about that. So, all right. A reading from the book. Oh, I just want to say, I imagine that the Bible was rewritten by women. A reading from the book of St. McDade, and I gave her last name back. The resurrected and redeemed. And we shall have a new Bible. Holy name shall be woman. The colleges shall be made free. The classrooms will burst to Morrissey Boulevard into the streets, and the streets shall be renamed. Research there, where our mothers' names were removed from them. Their dreams once tread upon shall be made new, and snapping like sheets, wind strung tight between triple deckers. They shall not go to priests who tell them their sons were molested. So sweet. No more shall we be divided into parishes and projects. Which dream you from? Which oils did you inhale? Pleasure Bay has a funny name. Which boy did you hit? Whose eye did you punch at the Murphy School in 1973 for looking up your mother's thing about her underwear? Yellow and large as the sun. Keep your hands to yourself. Never get in trouble. Who said that? The mothers of the Bay float and rise like new Jesus, and all of Boston shall know stories, and they shall live with bodies unfinished, eyes unblackened, true names returned, true names revered.
Hi, I'm Missy Murray, and I live in Boston. Thank you so much, Portia, and every other poet. This is so great. I really need art right now. Yeah. Most of the time, I'm a composer, so I approach poetry through sound and rhythm. What I had in my during this time of deep change and disruption, all have each other. And structural change and giving to people only happen when we fight for it. So I want everybody themselves to have a radical imagination. Untied their way. We build without land, without borders shrink to the east. We ballast against blight, claiming edges and clinging forwards during each flood. We, the people, make a place to play. Hands in gloves, hands unmasked, building a place to be ourselves with dirt, grass, boxes big and all through, metal, and every day new ways to are this place, and this place is us. We people built here, and we're staying. Hair wrapped up, mothers watch a wall of their babies on the rocks. We people are an open. Thank you so much. And you can see Murray.com and on Instagram at Moo, which is like a baby puffin and a cow sound.
That's great. I know, Shirley, that last line, the people are an ocean. I feel like that was great. All of those poems were fantastic. You guys are incredible. The intro, like, really, it's like sometimes I love the poem, but then sometimes I love the intro even more because I get to get inside the artist, the mind of the artist. I think sometimes we're so lucky to hear the writer like read their own work. You know what I mean? That's like a generous gift, and especially like again in this time, right? Like, I'm gonna share a poem that is off topic, but I'm gonna reel it in. I'm gonna tie it in. Matia also like ended with the ocean. So recently I've been writing a lot about water, and water and Black people and futurism. So my poem's about that. About 2 years ago, I would see my father in Nigeria. And for those who don't know, my father was deported when I was younger. So, in 20 years, which is like a long time, right? I'm also like just a African American studies scholar. I like to think that, right? And so naturally, I want to go to one of the coastal towns and see one of the slave ports. And when I was there, on the tour, they introduced us to a well of water and explained that slaves are forced to drink from it. It would cause them to forget their memory or forget the way home on the for a period of time on the Middle Passage. So this poem in memory, and I think most importantly, when I think about the future, about a counter memory or a re-memory or an un-memory, and writing a different kind of narrative, if that makes sense. I'm going to read that poem. It is new-ish, okay? New edits. Haven't read it out loud yet. And yeah, to like counter memory, to learning things the way in which, and it's called "We Drink at the Authentic Well." And it starts with an epigraph. Motivated forgetting is a logical defense mechanism. Where people cope with threatening and unwanted memories by suppressing them from consciousness. From Amy N. Dalton, to psychologists. In Badagry, there is a hungry well of water and memory loss. In Badagry, there was a well of people lost across water. In Badagry, there was a port and unreturned. Omit within the mind heavenward. Memory is a wealth choking brain and unresponsibility. Violence in the mind in order to preserve the self before the violence begot. And the Badagry washes ungodly memory heavenward. And there is an alternation meant to wish away a passage, meant to unhaven a people. Violence is underwhelming in return, with the body responsible for the memory for unremittal. Roy is the body for return. God is the mind for wafting. Forgetting is court home. Hungry memory goes angry, and the memories unhunger. Trauma uneats the royal, and the heaven of people responsible for remembering. Across a haven of water, overwhelmed, return. Woo! I'm always like screaming at myself. Woo! Thank you guys so much. Thank you for letting me share that poem. I got a deadline on it, so it's good to hear it so I can go and. So just like thank you guys for reading. Like I feel really inspired, both in like how I can approach a poem and what is a poem and who the poem is for, and who the poem is loving upon, and who gets to write what poems and all of these things, right? So thank you so much. I don't know, Jad. I don't know. I know like buildings are right now. Or Christina, if you have something to add as well. But thank you guys so much. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you everyone for joining and participating. And this is my favorite installment, so absolutely. So we'll paint poems and let you know where they'll be on the floor at City Hall, and I hope we get there sooner than later. And maybe we can have another event and we can all meet in person, which would really be great, without masks. Thank you all.